world tag, because what the world needs now is another freaking tag. I mean, I had this done a long time ago. I just, God, do I even do it? Do I do it? Screw it. I'm just going to do it. Because I love music from around the world. That's truly a passion. And so this is really designed. I mean, you can use classical, jazz. It's anything. It's music from the country or inspired by the country or continent or whatever. So it's 15 questions. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. I think it was. It didn't take me long at all. But then I wrote the questions. So feel free to participate if you so desire, to show that you are an actual worldly person and not just someone stuck in your own country and doesn't listen to anything else outside of your border. If so, shame on you. It's okay, but shame on you anyway. So let us begin with this. And the first one is a reggae album or album influenced by reggae. Now I'm going to show you a reggae one. We got Jaw Lion, and it is Columbia Collie, whatever, just fun reggae. Yeah, I don't know a lot about reggae. I go in, I buy it. It isn't like I go, oh, I know that album. I know that album. I just like to try it. Now, my friend Doug, he knows everything about reggae, so I can just drop him a line. He'll tell me. But this is a great album. But you think about, if you don't have reggae inspired by, just go to the UK and think about the UK. Holy cow. Reggae, ska, it all jumped into their music. So much stuff. And here, even with rap. So, yeah. So first question, reggae album or album influenced by reggae? Next one, an album sung in a different language, which means not your own language. Most of us are English, but a lot of you are from other countries and you speak better English than I do. So hey, that's your own country. But a album not in your own language. Well, I got this one, Maya Ongaku. For those of you read it like that, I guess. I don't know. Maya Ongaku, Approach to Anima. This is sung in Japanese. This is an interesting album. It's from Goo Goo Brain. It says, hailing from a Japanese seaside town, this is Maya Ongaku's international debut album. Japanese folk songs infused with spiritual experimentation. Best suited for meditation, observing butterflies, and drawing one dream. I've always wondered, when you see butterflies, what you should play. Well, this answers it. You see some butterflies, pop this on. It's a very good album. It is very peaceful. It is very relaxing, very interesting, and sung in Japanese. Nice stuff. Question 3. Album or song with a tribal beat? Album or song with a tribal beat? I have this, came out in, I believe it was 71 or 72, Aikido. And it's called, it is self-titled Aikido. There was musicians on here from Ghana, from Jamaica, from England, Senegal, I think. A variety of different countries that got together. And it's a great rock album. And the beats are incredible. I mean, just top notch with what they did with this, the drumming and everything. I really loved it. I pulled this one out, Afrobeat Airwaves, and this is one of the many albums I have from Analog Africa. The cases in there, that's all Analog Africa back there, except for the eyeballs. But incredible beats are on here. But again, there's a lot of music inspired by African beats, whether it be rap, whether it be rock. I mean, I just think of the 70s, Adam Ant, Malcolm, Bow Wow Wow. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So think about that one. An album from the Far East. And I picked, I got probably Turn On, Tune In, Freak Out. And it's called, the name of the group is Hibushibiri. You know what? There's a question that deals with you can't pronounce the name of a group or title, but that's the name of the group. More wonderful, fantastic psych rock out of Japan. Just really fun stuff coming out of, yeah, that area. I have so many albums from Japan and some of the other islands around there. They're just hard rocking. That brings us to, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, number 5, an album that uses a sitar. A sitar. And I'm a big fan of sitar. But Miles Davis. Yeah, Miles Davis on the corner. Hey, Steve, enjoy the Miles. That's nice. On here, the name of the song that uses a sitar is Black Satin. Black Satin. They have tambolas going on there. They have sitar in there. Very cool. Very funky. Excellent. So they use that. Yep, there's a lot of other songs that have sitars. Hello, George Harrison. Then we go to an album from Scandinavia. An album from Scandinavia. How about a classical album? This is from Norway. Grieg Bjørgen. One of a favorite classical album of mine. Really love this thing. Tells a nice story. And yeah, see? Go classical route, you know? It's all there from around the world. And this is a great Norwegian artist. Really good. An album from or influenced by Africa. So we did tribal beat, but you can do, there's a lot of other albums influenced by Africa that don't deal with tribal beats. Now, I'm just going to give you, I have an African album here, and this is from Keith Malahu. This is an original, Love and Freedom. Great guitar player, and he just does some incredibly good guitar playing on this. It's Zamrock. It's a little softer Zamrock, not as hard rocking as some like an Iliganga or a Paul Ngozi, but it's still very good. It's never been reissued. He has a couple albums out that have never been reissued, and I really wish that they would get around to doing it so other people could hear it. I do have this. This is playable, but it does a lot of like that. But, yep, that's that one. Okay, from Africa. An album from Australia. It's important for Australia. Great garage rock band, The Stems. This is a wonderful album. Not that expensive. When I paid $34.99. Well, I guess that could be considered expensive. This is just out of the 80s. The Stems had some really good, cool stuff. Very, very nice. But this year, also out of Australia, you have Orb. And this is one of my top 10 albums of the year, Telemann Bend. This, again, kind of psych rock, you know, a little darker, but yet there was some pop sensibilities in this. It very good album. You know, check out some samples of this. I am going to post down below. There should be. I'm going to try to get what I can put onto a playlist, and you can hear some of these and some samples of that. We're going to move on to South America. So music from South America or inspired by the continent. That should be easy when you think of music inspired by the continent. I mean, there's rumba, tango, bossa nova, cumbia, salsa, tons of stuff that came out of there. Think jazz when it comes to South America, but a lot of other things too. New York has a lot of great bands that put out that stuff. Here I have, though, this is an original, Novos Biancos, Akada rock. This is out of Brazil. Again, a little, there's cumbia in here. There's kind of a psych, you know, definitely psych influences in this. A really interesting album. Very, very nice. And yeah, some really different kind of music out of Brazil. But I also have, this is newer, and this is out of Peru, Corazon Amazonico from Los Morelos. And Los Morelos, there they are. They've been around since 72. They have put out almost an album a year until into the aughts and teens, and then not as much. But their output is incredible. Very much cumbia music. It's the music that's played in the jungles. I get out of Peru, and they all dress nice, so that really looks cool. But this is a newer album. I think this came out in 2022 that they do, so they're still out there producing stuff, some great music. We go next to music from an island nation besides the UK. And remember, Australia is not an island. Just, okay, Australia is not an island. Trust me on this one. So, music from an island nation. Don't include the UK. Let's go somewhere else. And, well, this is a territory. But this came out of Puerto Rico. And it's from 2013. This is a 2023 repress. Orquesta El Macabeo, Lluvia con Sol, Rain with Sun. Great salsa. And, when I was there last year, as I try to get there every year, actually I wasn't, it was 2023, my last visit, I went into a record store and I says, I want new salsa. What do you got going on? And this is what I got. And, yep, great music from a great island, Puerto Rico, but there's lots of other islands you can choose from. We go next in music from or inspired by the Middle East. I am going to include Middle East. We're going to put Turkey. Now, yes, for those that into geography, Turkey is considered part of the East, the Far East, Asia, part of Asia. But we're going to give them down to the Middle East because they're always fighting there in Syria and everything else. They're always dipping their hands down there. So, yes, they're part of the Middle East. I will take this group, Altengun. They are... Is it from the Netherlands or Denmark? Somewhere up there, but it is Turkish-inspired psych. Turkish psych is incredible, something you just don't hear of that much. When you hear it, it's like, wow, this is really, really neat. And this band is totally influenced by it. They have 3 or 4 albums out there, really worth looking into. Music from a very cold country. Okay, a cold country. I chose Iceland. And from Iceland, Bjork. And this is Vespertine. This is my favorite Bjork album. I haven't even shown this one yet on my channel. But I absolutely love this one. It is really cool what she did on this album. Bjork, of course, she's a different kind of gal, okay? She's always making something a little new and different. But this is a good example of, music from an island. But it could be down in the Caribbean. Yeah, a lot of Caribbean island stuff. There's islands everywhere, but not Australia or the UK. We move then to garage rock from a different country. Garage rock from different country. This may make you slap. But again, you got to think different country. Okay, I live in the U.S. Well, now that opens it up. Try to be as exotic as you possibly can, for a little more fun. I chose Jose Luis y Los Malos and Nosotros. And this is from Mexico. Garage rock, psych rock, kind of a mixture of them in there. It's hot. It's not as hot as the Flames would make you think it is, but it was fun. It's kind of Latin psych, Latin garage rock. You have it. Yeah, it's amazingly, they do not do Hey Joe. How about that? But they do have the song Nosotros. So, yeah, there you go. We go from their favorite album from another country, excluding the United States, United Kingdom, and Canada. So you can't use a favorite country from those 3 because that's where most of my viewers come from. Otherwise, it's open game. We're just going to show a couple of them. Oh, man, I had 3 here. I didn't know I had 3. Oh, well, that's fine. From the wonderful, beautiful country of Denmark, we have Uffe Lorentzen. And this is Magisk Realisme. It's all in Danish. But this is a wonderful, great album. Absolutely love this thing. From Italy, an album that made my top 10 this year, we have the Gluts, and the Gluts put out Bang. And this another incredibly wonderful hard rocking album. This thing just, it screams at you. It knock your socks off. And from Sweden, one of my all-time favorite albums, and which shows up constantly because I play it all the time. First Boy on the Moon, and this is the First Boy on the Moon's debut album, which I still think is one of the most beautiful albums. Incredible. Just incredible. So those are three of my favorite albums from different countries. And the final one, an album title or group whose name is hard to pronounce. This was specifically made for me because I mispronounce everything. But I mispronounce nothing. The worst, I struggle the worst, is with France. As many of you know, France will not let me in because of what I've done to their language on my shows. And I've had the ambassador from France gave me a letter, says I can't come in. We have Kaplan Poi Moi, Kapla Moi Moi, Plastic Bertrand. I got that part. Kapla. I do not understand. I don't get it. I have my tongue doesn't move to do French. I'm not bad with Spanish. Cannot do French. German. Yeah, and okay, I suck at language. But there we go. I can't pronounce this. Japanese, yeah, right, like I'm going to get any of that. So that's World Tag. Quick, fast, easy. Don't have to go into it. It's more fun when we see albums from around the world. It makes it interesting. There's so much great music out there that we don't know about, but sometimes we get caught up in our own area, in our own country, and we don't keep exploring out there. So explore, look at some of this stuff. Again, I'm going to try to have a lot of this onto a playlist so you can get a listen to it and see what you think about it. Give it a try. If you don't, that's okay. I'm not going to die. Appreciate it. Everyone have a great one. Bye.